What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Deconstructing Topic Podcast. My name is David, and I'm your host of this legendary podcast. Well, we making it happen. We got a good motivational podcast. Let's go. Woo! A little bit psych and hype and all that in between, and welcome to my podcast. I appreciate you, the Deconstructing Topic Podcast family. Appreciate you. We got a couple of numbers coming up. We got we got a little bit of everything coming up and a little bit of numbers. Audience is growing little by little. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. For a matter of fact, and always hit the like, hit the share button, comment, all that. Go on all your socials, whatever socials that you use. If you want to go to Mars too, maybe there's people in Mars. Maybe there's something going on that I don't know. But you know what? Let them know. Deconstructing Topic Podcast. Let's go. We got a little motivational thing going on. Because I did say in the beginning of the year that, this is that year. This is my 20th anniversary or my 20th year where I'm remembering 20 years ago prior to my car accident, which was late September. So we doing little podcasts. I'm going to do my thing where I'm trying to take you and I'm going to grab your hand. I'm going to take you there so we could be in that situation. Because a lot of times, and the reason why I did a podcast where it says, you know what, let's this be the year that we embracing a little bit of darkness, our darkest moment. We've been there. We had a year, either 2 years, we had a month, we had a week, we had a day. We go through life where we had days that you'd be like, what the hell is going on here? You know what I mean? We got those days, we got those months, we got those years, we got those weeks, whatever, seconds, minutes, days, whoop, all that. And this year, as I'm celebrating my 20th anniversary once again of my car accident, I'm trying to remember it. I'm remembering as I started the year. We're already in January. We're in February. January just passed. Time is flying like whoop. You know what? There's a lot of stuff that we could talk about here. One of the things that I realized when I was entering 20 years ago in 2000 and whatever the case might be, 2005, I was in a situation where I found myself in balance. And I always said that in life, sometimes we need a little bit of balance. Yes, we do need chaos. We do need good things. We knew, the bad things were always going to happen. But we need balance. And sometimes in life, depending on, your spiritual, physically, emotionally, whatever it is that you're going through, sometimes we kind of feel like we are a little bit imbalanced, and even our imbalance is imbalance, right? Because sometimes we need that balance where physically, emotionally, something has to be holding on to that thread, holding on to us so that we could be a better person. And me entering 2005, coming in the year, as I recall, a young, immature, I'm not going to say immature, but just didn't know a lot of stuff, because that's what life is. Even though I didn't know a lot of stuff, but sometimes, experience do tell a lot of things. And sometimes people won't, even with time, sometimes people will just don't get it. And at that time, I understood. Like, yo, come on, D. Get your stuff together. Let's make it happen. But what happened is that entering 2005, I had that imbalance. I knew what I wanted to do in life in terms of my professional career and all that. But I just didn't understand. I just didn't grasp on what's going on with life at that moment. Because you see, life, when it comes to life, it's always that moment. You always want to understand what's going on that situation, on that day, that second. And I'm one of a believer that, hey, listen, in life, we all live the past, the present, and the future. It's all combined into something. Like a little bow of whatever it is that you want to call it. Universe, life, whatever. So what affects you in the past is what affect you presently, and what's going to affect you on the next day. And that's where I found myself 20 years ago, where I'm like, okay, I made some bad decisions. or I might have not made no decisions at all, right? Because sometimes in life, it's damn it if you do, damn it if you don't. We don't know what's the right decision until the aftermath of whatever decision we make. But sometimes we make good decisions. Sometimes we don't make decisions. We let it be. And sometimes we make bad decisions. But we just make decisions. And me coming up to 2005, there was just so much going on spiritually, emotionally. My mind, heart, and soul. We were not in the same page. Somewhere my heart was somewhere over there. My mind, I don't know. I mean, hey, what's going on, mind? Where you at? Yo, come over here. My soul. And how many times that we come to a situation or something happen and we tend to kind of question ourselves. And those who have faith in God, and, they'll be like, hey, God, I guess you testing me, testing my strength. But that's why I made this podcast, so we could all kind of listen to each other, learn from each other, and do something. Because I remember in 2005, and one of the things that I started picking up, and we all got our vices. We all picked up something. We all pick up some type of substance abuse, some bad habit, right? Now, I'm not one to say I, picked up, substance abuse in terms of drugs or anything like that. But, I used to, whatever the job that I was doing back then, I used to get off the train. I used to get off whatever, 8 o'clock. By the time I'm home, it's almost 10. I used to pass by that liquor store. Let me get that little pint of Bacardi, or half a pint of Bacardis. We've been there. And a lot of times, I know people that even if they don't drink, they don't smoke, they don't do drugs, whatever it is, they picked up a certain habit because that's their escape. And for me, that was my little escape. And as a young being, you kind of like, okay, I'm good, wake up the next day, do the same routine, do whatever I got to do, go to work. But at that time, I'm this young being that just thinking about what is more to life. Why am I observing all this knowledge? For what purpose? You know what I mean? For what reason? And again, we've been there as human beings, and you're listening to me. I love you. I love for the people that are listening to me right now, and they'll be like, yo, that happened to me where I was entering a moment in my life that I didn't know what to do, but yet I knew what to do. That type of kind of feeling, that type of vibe. And going, like I'm seeing to myself, damn, there's something going on. And I used to go to sleep, and this is where I used to go to sleep, like kind of like I used to, how can I say? I was in a situation, and I used to kind of go to sleep and imagine and close my eyes that I was in this hospital bed. It's dark, and I'm saying to myself, help, help, help. See, a lot of people over here, they, and my beautiful people, sometimes we don't know how to seek for help. Sometimes for us seeking help, again, it's going to our vices. I know a couple of people that do that shopping thing. But they don't do shopping because, hey, I love shopping. They do shopping because that's their escape. Something comes up, oh man, I can't believe that I spent this much on this whatever watch or whatever it is. If we all got our vices, we all fall into this trap. And for me, 20 years ago, I was falling into a trap. And I knew I was falling into a trap. And I'm saying to myself, okay, it's the winter time. When the spring comes, when the summer comes, I'm going to bully, I'm going to do something. Where I was working at, small business, whatever, one of those mom and pop shops, whatever you want to call a small business. They say small business, right? And we doing our thing, and a lot of people was like, yeah, David, you're a smart dude, and I enjoy talking to you. Back then, I think podcasts, have been created, but it was only a couple of people out there. It's not like now, you just could plug a microphone and put it on your phone, put it on your computer, put it in the air, put it in the cloud, and you could talk all day. Woo, like me. Hey, let's go. The crazy thing is that was going on back then. I'm like, yo, where am I going out with life? People are telling me, damn, that David, you're smart. Oh, wow. David this, David that, But I would just slowly, but just eating myself up. Like, what? Just do the gaming thing, do the drinking thing, do whatever the thing. But I was not doing my thing. And then once again, how many times have we been in those situations? We become complacent. That's a crazy word right there. We start to procrastinate. As we learning that procrastination has a lot to do with your mental health, your mental being, where you at. If you're procrastinating, basically you're not doing anything. You're gonna basically be like this. Yeah, I do this next day. Well, the next day, next time I'm off. Next time, there's always an excuse. One of the craziest words that we have, that we tend to kind of talk more than I love, is next. N-E-X, N-E-X-T. Yeah, there's no plug-in for the wrestling fans out there that are listening to NXT, no. Because it's always next. Next day, next time, next this, next that, next second, next. We always leaving it to the next. We ain't doing it for the now. And that's what happened to me 20 years ago. I knew that connection with E-N-E-X-T is like, all right, we're going to do it next. Let's go. But on that darkest moment in my life, that's why this year more than ever, it's like, whatever I do this year, we got to make it happen. Sometimes we got to grab times where something happen that kind of changed the way we think, the way we act, the way we do this, the way we act, the way we talk. You know what I mean? And my thing is like, yo, hold on, Trevor. How's we is in the next day? How we is in the next future? How we is in the next second? And I'm saying to myself, wow, what happened? And I say this because a lot of times, that's what happens to us in life. We humans. We just kind of like, we become reactionaries. We only react to things when something happens. But that's on us. Oh, man, I can't believe that happened. Then I should have done this. I should have done that. And that's where my mindset was at in 2025. It's like I was not enjoying the moment. I was thinking about the future. But then my past was like, yo, I should have done this. I should have done that. Why did I do this? Bad decisions. And I'm living life at the moment at that time, even 2 or 3 years prior to 2025. I'm enjoying the moment. But what's the point? I was telling a beautiful sister in arms of mine, and we was talking, we having a nice conversation, and we was like, we were talking about the things that we enjoy, and this person enjoys this and that. And sometimes, we kind of like, we have similar kind of, how can I say, situation where we help out, we help the family and all that. We do all that good stuff. But then I say, yo, what's the point of enjoying something when an emergency, when something happens in a family? They don't take a break. It's like, hey, I need help. You know what I mean? Meaning that sometimes in decision and sometimes in life, we make those decisions and we always got to pay the price for something. And back in that darkest moment, I was like, okay, where am I paying the price for? And I knew that I was going to pay the price, but I always felt deep in my heart, there's something out there. And I said to myself, sometimes greatness will come. Sometimes good things will come. But I just embraced that dark. And when I was embracing that darkest moment 20 years ago, well, I kept on saying, help, help. What I knew deep inside my heart, deep inside my soul, that I will make it happen and I'm going to do something to help people. And that's what I've been dedicating my life. Feeding the needs, feeding kids who's out there that are not in a situation, helping families, helping migrants, the Black community, the Puerto Rican community, Dominican community, que la vaina loco. You know what I mean? All type, and I've been doing that. And that's why I created this podcast. Because little by little, as I'm doing this thing and I'm challenging myself to make legendary things out, I said to myself this year, there's that one thing. There's a cloud that's still hanging over my head. There's a couple of people I want to talk to. A couple of people I got love. But, dang, I was there for you. Where you at? I was there for you when you needed the most in your darkest time. And all I'm saying, where you at? And that's my thing over here in this year. Embrace that darkest time that sometimes we're going to forget certain things. We're going to forget, damn, I remember this. Whatever you feel down and whatever you feel like out of it, just remember your darkest time and where was you at. Because trust me, in your darkest moment, you probably was the best. And that's the message on this podcast. We're making it happen. Let's go. Feel free to like, share, hit me up. Let's make it happen. This is Deconstructing Topic Podcast. Woo! Oh, we got a lot to talk about. Much love out there. Sending that love. Always remember, that darkest time in your life, it's what's going to make you legendary. I'm out of here. Peace.